Hey guys, Star Wars Fan 03 here, back with another video, and today I will be continuing my Spider-Man review series with the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Today I'm just going to be talking about the first Amazing Spider-Man, so without further ado, let's start the review. So the Amazing Spider-Man is directed by Marc Webb and it stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Rhys, Ifans, Martin Sheen, Campbell, Scott, Denis, Leary, and Sally Field. I know there's more, it's going to be in the description, but I can't really memorize all the names. And what the movie is about is a teenage social outcast named Peter Parker is going on this tour for this company called Oscorp. After that incident, along with his uncle being shot to death, he decides to become a superhero. And meanwhile, there's this scientist with one arm named Kurt Connor that is trying to use like experiments and stuff to grow his arm back, and it fails miserably, and he becomes a lizard that is terrorizing the city. I mentioned this in the reviews for the other Spider-Man movies, and I'll mention it again. I am a huge Spider-Man fan, mask, profile picture, and also this is the first Blu-ray 3D I've ever gotten. Now, I will be talking about this in a little bit, but for now I'm just talking about the actual movie. And I remember when it came out 5 years ago, I was actually really excited to see it. And when I first saw it, I actually did like really love it. And what do I think of it now? It's my least favorite Spider-Man movie, but I still do like it. Now let's first talk about Andrew Garfield. How was he in this movie? Well, remember in my review of the original Spider-Man trilogy where I said that Tobey Maguire was better Spider-Man than Peter Parker? It's basically reverse roles for this one. Andrew Garfield is a great Peter Parker, but as Spider-Man, he's not as good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still do like him as Spider-Man, just not as much as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but I like the Andrew Garfield Peter Parker better than the Tobey Maguire Peter Parker. And yeah, overall I did like the Spider-Man character in the movie. And I also did think that Lizard was a really good villain. I thought he was pretty cool, and I liked that they were able to use him. And I also liked how they portrayed him in the movie, and also how he looked. The visual effects for him were actually really good. And the Walmart exclusive, which is the one I don't have, has this bonus DVD with this like lizard featurette or something. If I ever get my hand on it, I will check it out, because I actually am really interested in how they did it. Like, I know they kind of explained it in the documentary, Rise Past Amazing Spider-Man Reborn, but I kind of want like more of an explanation on the lizard thing. And there's also this great sense of emotion in the movie, like when in the end when the lizard kills George Stacy, you actually like feel it, like just feel bad for the character. And yeah, also Denis Leary, he did a great job as George in the movie, and I actually really liked all the actors' jobs in this movie. And also you like when he's actually dying, like right next to Peter, like you actually feel it. And then also the funeral scene, just holy crap. I also really liked the story of the movie. I thought the story was pretty good, and like well, not really the whole story, I'll get to that in a minute, but like all the lizard stuff is pretty cool, and also like pretty much all the new stuff they did, like with all the Gwen Stacy stuff, because in the original trilogy she only appeared in the third film, and it wasn't really that big of a role, and she was actually the second cast member in the end credits that was listed. That's how big she is. And also, yeah, I actually really like that. And lastly, this was a really fun movie. The movie isn't really like all campy. It's like there's some comedy in it, but it's mostly a serious movie, unlike the original trilogy, which is basically a kind of modern version of the 60s Batman show. So I did really like that about the movie. However, this film is far from perfect, and the main thing I didn't really like about the movie is that the first hour is basically, we already thought before in the first Spider-Man movie, it's the origin story again. And I'm glad that Homecoming isn't gonna, like, have any origins or anything. And I will, like, I mean, granted, yes, you needed time for the movie, because it's 2 hours and 16 minutes long, without, like, all the stuff that, we hadn't seen before. It would have literally just been, like, one of those 1 hour, 15-minute animated DC movies, just in live action, with Marvel, and a bigger budget, and release theaters, and in 3D. And the lack of originality in this movie, I wasn't really a fan of. I'll get more into this when we talk about the lead scene, but there were some scenes in this movie that I wish stayed in the final cut of the movie, and yeah, I'll talk about more when we get to the lead scenes, but there are some scenes that should have stayed in the movie, and also some scenes that should have been cut from the movie. Well guys, this movie was a blast, and I would recommend this movie to any Spider-Man fan at all, so I'm going to give The Amazing Spider-Man a B. And now, onto the Blu-ray. Now, I know you guys can't see the 3D at all, so just bear with me. So, it's, let's talk about the 3D, because this movie was shot with a Red 3D camera, but it looks more converted to me. The 3D is alright, it's not perfect. But the video quality, that is actually pretty good. And also, the audio is also worth watching, listening to. Now let's go to the special features. The commentary with Marc, Webb, Irrfan, Matt Thomas. Guess what? I actually watched the commentary. Yeah, and this commentary, I thought it was pretty good, but I do have a complaint about it. And that complaint is that it feels like I don't know if they did do this this way, but it looks like Marc Webb had his own session, and Matt Thomas had their session. It just felt like that, and I don't really like it when they do that. Next up, we got 3D 101 with director Marc Webb. 3D 101 is a featurette about like how they were able to like film it in 3D and like the technology they used. And iconic poses in digital environments is a visual effects breakdown, and I actually really liked how they were able to do this in 3D. And now, onto the 2D disc. Now there are loads of special features on the bonus disc, so we're just going to get right into it. First off, we got the multi-part documentary, Right Past Amazing Spider-Man Reborn. And normally I do just hit play all, like, I know they have like, I guess, you could say like title card, but I, kind of forgot which one was which, so, yeah, we got the drawing board, development and direction, friends and enemies casting, second skin, Spidey suit and the lizard, Spidey Goes West production, Los Angeles, Safe Haven production, Sony Studios, Bright Heights, Big City production, New York, The Greatest Responsibility, post-production and release. Now, yes, I obviously did hit play all, and this documentary is actually a really good piece, and I I really enjoyed it, and if you own this Blu-ray, I suggest you go check it out. And now we got the deleted scenes, which are also available on the DVD. I don't remember which scene was which, because I watched these a while ago, but I'll just name them off right now. We got A Different Fate, Connor's Condolences, Tracking Connors, Hacking Connors, Going Away, Top to Bottom Part 1, Top to Bottom Part 2, Bad Lizard, Help Me, All the Power That You Feel, Lost Something. These deleted scenes I think should have stayed into the final cut of the movie, but you know what? Whatever. But my main complaint about the deleted scenes is the first person sequence. It wasn't on here. It was in the trailer, but it wasn't on this separate disc. And then we got almost 40 minutes of pre-visualization, which so much I'm not even gonna go over this. That's how much there is. And when I actually watched this, I actually pretended I was watching one of those crappy mockbusters from like Video Brinquedo and stuff like that. So yeah. And then we got the Oscorp Archives Production Art Gallery, which it's split into 3 parts: Spider-Man, the Lizard, and Environment. And if you're using like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something like that as a Blu-ray player, then I suggest you pop in the DVD version, because on the Blu-ray version you have to actually like use these colored pieces to it, which I don't really like, but whatever. Next up we got image progression reels. Now, once again, I hit play all, but I'm just gonna go over these because it's not that many. High school fight sequence, which is about the Spider-Man and Lizard fight scene in the school. Iconic poses in digital environments, which is the same progression reel as the one on the 3D Blu-ray. The Lizard Emerges is about, I guess, the Lizard. And Sewer Battle, self-explanatory, about the Sewer Battle. And then we got Stunt Rehearsals, which are also available on the DVD version. And they were really cool, like, seeing people, like, actually do the stuff that was in the movie, and yeah. And lastly, we got Developing the Amazing Spider-Man video game, which is a brief feature about the making of the video game. What else is there to say? And that's it for the Blu-ray. Now to my final thoughts. Overall, guys, this is the 3 Blu-ray for any Spider-Man fan. Great video? Check. Great audio? Check. Feature-length documentary? Check. 12 deleted scenes? Check. Nearly 40 minutes of pre-visualization? Check. 3D special features? Check. And a lot of other crap. If it weren't for that freaking mediocre 3D, I would have given it a highest recommendation. But it's not really, it's just fine. So I'm just gonna give the Amazing Spider-Man 3D Blu-ray a highly recommended. Guys, thank you all so much for watching this review. I will have my review up for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 soon, and also, if you want to ask questions for my Q&A, go to the 50 subscriber Q&A video. If you leave it down here, I'm not going to answer it. So go to that video and leave your questions down below and I'll answer it. So, this is Star Wars Fan 03 signing off. Goodbye, everyone.